Okay, so I've become a little bit fascinated with Andrew's case. I haven't followed it. I haven't followed it at all. I've been very preoccupied with Meghan and Harry. I haven't really thought about it, but it just occurred to me that this is a very interesting case where Andrew, the Duke of York, settled this case in New York with this woman, Virginia Giuffre? How do you say her last name? I don't even know. Is Giuffre quoi? Je ne sais pas. But anyway, so apparently, according to The Guardian, this is The Guardian. No, this is not The Guardian. That's The Guardian. So Andrew apparently was trying to reopen the case because he now regrets the settlement. And you know what? I do think the settlement was a PR disaster. It was a PR disaster. You never settle cases like that. You never settle cases like that. You have to go the distance, even though it's painful, because you have to, when someone accuses you of something this awful, you don't clear your name by settling. Now, clearly, the Duke of York was advised by, I guess, his legal team as well as his family, including the Queen at the time who was alive. Probably they had something similar to the Sandringham Summit where Harry attended and was screamed at and basically given the nuclear option where he was kicked out of the family. So you have the Queen, you have Charles, because he has an interest in what happens. You have William, and you have who Harry describes in his book as a gang of about 4 men in the palace. They basically run the palace. One of them is a fly. The other one, is it a wasp? I don't even remember what he called them. But they were probably at this summit with Andrew where he was, read, the riot act, and he basically he just wanted it to stop. He wanted it to go away. And so he let himself be suckered basically into a settlement. And what that has done, it has branded him into perpetuity as a sex abuser. And the question is, how the hell does he get out of it? I don't know how he gets out of it. I'm not a criminal lawyer. It's the one area of law that I just don't know at all. I didn't pay attention. In law school, I wasn't interested. But this is a civil case, right? This is a civil case. It's not a criminal case. But he does expose himself to a criminal indictment if he is deposed and if he perjures himself during this deposition, which I guess is quite easy to do. Oh my God, this is serious. Okay, so the question is, should he reopen this case? And if not, what are his other options? Obviously, if he reopens the case, there are certain risks. But if he leaves things as it is, he's going to lose his mind. He's not happy. How can he possibly be happy? He needs to clear his name. What is my legal opinion on this? I don't have a legal opinion on this. I don't have all the answers. Everybody wants answers from me like I'm some kind of fucking, whatever. I have no idea. How would I know? But I can tell you this much. This settlement was a mistake. It was the biggest mistake of his life. He shouldn't have settled. He should not have settled this case. So what now, Andrew? I can't take on your case, Andrew. I'm trying to help Meghan and Harry over here, right? You see, I'm a defense attorney. I'm defense. Oh, God, poor Andrew. I say poor Andrew because, you know, whatever happened, something happened. He obviously knew this girl. There's a picture of him with this girl. She looked very unhappy in the picture, and she looked very. Let's see if we can find the picture. The picture, and this is the woman. What is her name? She's in prison for aiding and abetting. Ghislaine Maxwell. Wow. Okay, so because apparently she committed perjury. Oh my goodness. So this is the picture of this girl who was very unhappy and who was abused by Andrew. This is the picture upon which his life turned. How does that happen, right? This is the picture upon which his life turned. She looks so very unhappy, like he really harmed her, like he was a monster and she was this innocent little girl who was abused by this monster, doesn't she? Doesn't she? Well, I can tell you this much. I can't take this on. I mean, I am like, my plate is full, Andrew, but I can tell you this much. This settlement was a big mistake. And, clearing your name now is going to be very complicated. May take the rest of your life, and even then it may not ever be clean again. I'm trying to think what would I advise Andrew in this case. I don't think the way forward is necessarily to reopen the case. I think there may be a better way to do this, actually. There may be a better way to do this. But I have to be careful. I don't want to say it because, I don't have the file. You see, I don't have the files. I haven't seen the files. I don't really know what they have on him. I don't know why he made this settlement. But it's very interesting. It's a very interesting case. And if it's kept civil and doesn't get into the criminal law realm, it should be something that can be worked on. But yeah, I don't think reopening is necessarily the right move. But I would have to see that file. I would have to see that file.